Today's episode, what are we talking about today? Something that whenever I do posts on Instagram, podcasts about this, it always gets one of the most interest from people who follow me as well. And that's about covert narcissism. You know, we all think often, this is certainly the case for me, that a narcissist is someone who walks in the room, commands attention, you know, kind of the look at me, really uber confident. Some of the political leaders that we might think of as being a narcissist. Covert narcissist is very, very different. You know, a covert narcissist is really someone who is a narcissist, but doesn't outwardly display the kind of grandiosity and sense of self-importance that many of us see as typical of a narcissist. In fact, covert narcissists can sometimes appear quite shy and quite modest too, and that can make them really hard to spot. So in this episode, I want to go through with you 10 signs of covert narcissism. Okay. And hopefully, because it is one that we don't necessarily associate with narcissistic abuse, but for me, my ex-husband was a covert narcissist. And when I started to read about it and really understand covert narcissism, it was like this light bulb went off in me, like, oh, that makes so much sense now. So the first one is extreme sensitivity to criticism. So feelings of insecurity with narcissists are actually really, really typical. You know, narcissists are amongst the most wounded individuals. In a covert narcissist, this can manifest itself as extreme sensitivity to criticism. So, of course, sensitivity to criticism isn't unique with a narcissist, because obviously no one really likes being criticized. However, the way someone actually responds to that criticism, both real and perceived, can really start to shed some light on whether this sensitivity is extreme or not. So someone that is a covert narcissist might act as if they are above this criticism. Internally, however, they are going to feel empty, humiliated, angry, and their dismissive, sarcastic remarks of the criticism are an attempt at hiding their feelings. So they don't take any ownership, okay, if you criticize them. They will deflect that outwardly in various different manners too. So number 2 is passive-aggressive behaviour. So a covert narcissist may use passive-aggressive behaviour really to convey their inner frustration or make themselves look superior. So passive-aggressive behaviour can involve things such as making others feel bad, procrastinating on tasks that they think are beneath them. You know, I don't want to be doing that. Giving others the silent treatment. You know, many people can use silent treatment in relationships, maybe when you've had an argument. This is on another level. This is like for days. This is kind of really ignoring you. You know that you've done wrong when a covert narcissist ignores you and gives you the silent treatment. They will also mock others and sabotage other people's work or relationships. This is what makes it much more subtle than overt narcissism. You know, covert, they will sabotage other people's work. They will put other people down in a covert way, so other people might think bad about them. And all the while, they're doing that to make themselves feel better as well. This is a really interesting one and not one you'd normally associate with narcissists, but covert narcissists actually have a tendency to put themselves down. Now, listen to that again. They have a tendency to put themselves down. Think about the people you know. You know, I know lots of people that I used to almost feel sorry for, but actually I know they're now a covert narcissist, but they're very, very clever in portraying themselves really as the victim and putting themselves down. People who are narcissists really crave admiration and rely on others to build their self-esteem. Covert narcissists are no different, but instead, actually, they do it in a covert way. So instead of actually boasting about themselves, they tend to put themselves down with an underlying goal of earning compliments. It's a really, really interesting one, that. So, you know, narcissists, okay, would normally boast about themselves, but covert narcissists will actively put themselves down, so you then big them up. It's like you boast about them then as well. So people, obviously, who are narcissists are deeply insecure and afraid of other people seeing their feelings. So covert narcissists may therefore avoid situations or relationships that will lack clear benefits. Covert narcissists also will have a lot of grandiose fantasies. So they usually spend more time thinking about their abilities and achievement than actually talking about them. They may have an "I'll show you" attitude and often withdraw into this fantasy world of unlimited success and brilliance where they are superior to others. It isn't true, but they kind of get locked up in that world. Covert narcissists often have feelings of depression and anxiety. So people who are covert narcissists actually have a higher risk of depression and anxiety than other types of narcissists. Because of this deep fear of failure and frustration of these unrealized perfectionist ideals, they may struggle with feeling empty or even suicidal. So again, many covert narcissists will threaten suicide because they want the other person. That kind of ties into making the other person make them feel better about themselves. Narcissists will have this, covert in particular, will have a tendency to hold grudges, and boy, oh boy, can they hold a grudge. So they tend to hold grudges for a long period of time. If they feel they are being treated unfairly, they may say nothing at that moment, but they will wait to take revenge at another place. Along with a desire for revenge, these grudges can lead to feelings of bitterness and resentment. You know, I know with my ex-husband, it was really interesting. Once he knew I knew, boy, oh boy, did you watch how different he behaved then as well. So the next one is envy. So narcissists are often envious of others who possess things they feel they should have. While a covert narcissist may not openly discuss their feelings of envy, they may show bitterness and resentment over not getting what they want. So, you know, if they see someone else achieving something, doing something, they will be really, really envious of others, but they may not openly show that, but you'll know about it in a covert way. Covert narcissists have a real feelings of inadequacy because they can't meet their own high standards. So they'll often feel really, really inadequate. And this can result in lots of feelings of shame, anger, and powerlessness too. And then number 10, this is one that I talk about a lot, and I've done a whole podcast on this as well. Covert narcissists are incredibly good at faking empathy. There's different types of empathy that you have. And I do know, obviously, they're deeply wounded individuals. But covert narcissists are really, really good at faking empathy. They have this ability publicly to seem, so empathic and compassionate. But that is usually self-serving. They're doing that to get their needs met externally by other people saying something nice to them, and it's just for show. They may try to be helpful or generous when they're in public with the winning goal of winning approval and admiration of others. But when you're in private, it's like watching paint dry. They're not going to show you any empathy then. The only time they're going to show empathy is when it's cognitive publicly so that they get approval from others. So those are 10 different signs that will show you if you are dealing with a covert narcissist. They're very nuanced, but they are really, really victim-like covert narcissists. So just think about the people you know right now, the ones that are always trying to get you to feel sorry for them. Could they be a covert narcissist? Start to track and look at their behavior. When I actually understood covert narcissists, there was two in particular when I looked at in my past that I always thought really acted really victim-like all of the time. And they were really acting like that to the extent when I think, God, they keep doing that, and because they want sympathy off other people all of the time. And then I felt really bad for thinking like that because I thought, they're saying this. Now I know they were absolute covert narcissists, and it is a tactic that they will use to get, attention from other people. So let me know, are you dealing with a covert narcissist? Can you relate to any of these things? Come and let me know. You're always more than welcome to come over on Instagram or Facebook, drop me a message. I love hearing from you all. And I hope that was really, really helpful. It's always really interesting talking about covert narcissism. My ex was a covert narcissist, and I really didn't think of narcissists like my ex. And that's why I'm really passionate about covert narcissism too. So I hope that was interesting for you. Let me know if your ex, your mum, your dad, whoever is in your life that you think is a narcissist, could they be a covert narcissist? And I also really want you to start to look at friendships as well, because I think covert narcissists can show up in friendships that you may not even know about. So take care, my friends. Have an amazing week, whatever you are up to, and I'll see you on the next episode.